Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to After 9. Mike and Lisa from AM800, CKLW, the information station in Windsor, Ontario, as we do our little social media thing for the next few minutes. Lisa, Olympic update. What do you got for us?
Canada just got, well, depending on when you're watching this, but if you're watching it live, Canada just got another gold in Olympic weightlifting.
All right, weightlifting
And
action.
it's
Nice.
women's. And it was so great to see. I watched it happen live. Maud Sharon won weightlifting gold. And they're so emotional, these athletes. You know, some, like Olympics, they could, break a leg and still be stoic because you don't cry. You know what I mean? But weightlifting, for some reason, everybody's crying. They're all on the floor, freaking out. All of the competitors. But
Wow.
she, in the women's 64 kilogram weightlifting, she lifted 105 kilograms. Oh my God, what is that in pounds? Come on. In the snatch,
105 in the
yeah,
old snatcheroo. That's
and one
231 pounds.
okay, and she lifted 131 kilograms in the clean and jerk. And that was to win our second gold medal.
That's 288 pounds.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. And it's like one of those things where, the bar is like bending. It's that heavy. And I am always amazed when they get it, like they squat and they get it to their shoulders, right?
Yep.
And then they're standing there and then they've got to like jerk. That's the clean. This is the jerk. And right, and they've got to like almost like do a little jump and have their legs kind of support them underneath and push it up and hold it for those few seconds.
Crazy.
But oh my gosh, it's so much fun to watch. I love the Olympics.
That's awesome. Did she have a lot of chalk? A lot of chalk and tape.
A lot of chalk, a lot of tape, a lot of crying. Yeah.
Crying? I didn't
What
know
would
crying
you
was a big
say?
part of weightlifting.
What would you say are the hardest Olympic sports?
Well, that's got to be one of them. To lift that much weight like that and support it for who knows how long and then just drop it.
Well, let me ask you this. Is it harder to be pummeled by fists for up to 9 minutes
Okay.
or to stay afloat and score a goal while someone is dragging you underwater? Water polo, to me, I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it. They got the egg beater legs going constantly. And then they have to rise up out of the water and hit a ball or block a ball or do whatever. It's so funny. They asked a few people about this and what are the toughest sports, and everybody's got like different opinions. One person said archery. That requires incredible hand-eye coordination.
Yeah, but that's like you have it or you don't.
You have to control your heart rate so that you release the arrow between heartbeats. And then you've got figure skating, power, balance. That requires its own expertise. It's like, to me, like the decathlon, heptathlon.
What about that one about, you bake a pie and then you run through some sand or something, that one you were telling us about yesterday?
It's the modern pentathlon.
Yeah, that one.
Now, the modern pentathlon, did we talk about this on After 9 or on the air?
I don't remember.
So it's pentathlon, essentially 5 sports: fencing,
okay, yep,
swimming. So fencing, I'm not sure. I don't understand fencing, so I'm not sure what's required there. You have to swim freestyle swimming 200 meters, equestrian show jumping. So you got to hop on a horse and jump 15 jumps. That's a huge thing to do.
Isn't that tougher for the horse?
For everybody. And a final combined event of pistol shooting and cross-country running, which is similar to the biathlon in the Winter Olympics, where, everybody's on cross-country ski. So, and you're so out of breath, and you've got to stop, and you've got to take your gun off. And you have to have that ability as an athlete to completely bring your heart rate down and focus and do that target shooting that they do, and then put the gun back on and ski another round. But so I guess that's what that's involved with, like pistol shooting and cross country running. But that whole thing, that's incredible. And they looked at in combining these sports, because I was talking to my son about this yesterday too, and he's like, "Well, that's dumb." Like he was wondering why those 5 sports. And so originally the competition took place over 4 or 5 days, and then a one-day format was adopted because they wanted it to be more friendly to the audience, so that we could understand the sport, which I would prefer. I would love to see an athlete do all of that in one day rather than spread out.
Yeah.
So the modern pentathlon, they looked at what a true Greek athlete would need to know. Like, it would use all of their skills.
Oh, all their skill sets. Okay, yeah,
And
that makes sense.
And when you think about it, a Greek athlete going into war would have to know how to ride a horse. So that's in there too.
And fence and
all of that.
All that stuff. Okay.
It's amazing.
Yeah, maybe that's where the Olympics are going. Maybe we're just going to start combining stuff. How about in the Winter Olympics, they could do like figure downhill skiing, like while you're going down the hill. You like this? You all of a sudden do a 360 and then come down on your skis. So you're judged on your time and your form.
I like it.
Yeah, I think that would be that'd be pretty cool. How about people trying to shoot you while you're playing basketball at the summer games?
I like that too.
Yep. I think these would be great additions to the Olympic movement. Okay, I know you're all into the Olympics, and we'll probably be watching it again all day today, I would assume.
Yeah, there's a lot going on today, and what did we just? Oh, the women. I think there was the soccer game, and then we've got women's 200 meter later on this evening as well. Badminton's in there, field hockey, rowing, like. It's just always on. And I find I much prefer the Canadian coverage to the American coverage, not just because, they're following Canadian athletes more closely, but because they seem to be, and this has been the way, and I'm sure you've heard this too, forever, where at least the Canadian stations and coverage gives credit where credit is due, meaning they will talk about the other athletes from the other countries and how well they've done and give them a lot of focus if in fact they're in the lead. Whereas some of the American stations, if not all,
they just follow the Americans, right? That's what they're all about.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you have power right now. Did you lose power at all this morning?
I did not. Why?
Enwin is reporting a power outage in the South Windsor area, bordering the Parkway to Provincial Road from east to west, and then, or I guess west to east, and then from north to south, Cabana and EC Row.
Huh. No. So far, it's on.
Anybody have no power in
anyone?
In
anyone?
Windsor?
Anyone?
Hello. I guess they wouldn't be watching, maybe, or they could on their phone, I guess.
Dave brings up a good point. Dave says here, he feels that any sport with a judge should not be included in the Olympics. There should be no subjectivity in deciding who the best athlete is. That's a very good point, Dave.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And you see that a lot in, I don't know, I find more the, I guess you got, gymnastics and stuff like that. I always think of that in figure skating, how there's so much controversy over the judges' scores in figure skating, and it's like they almost already know who's going to be on top. Like, oh yeah, they're good, so we're going to give them good scores regardless of what happens.
This is true. That they do have to complete certain criteria, though, in figure skating.
Yeah.
But yes, there has been for years a lot of pushback on the judges. Yeah, there is a lot of subjective stuff there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And if you missed it this morning, you'll hear it on our podcast. We talked to Kylie Moss from LaSalle. She won silver last night in the 100-meter backstroke, winning almost the entire race and just missing the gold by milliseconds.
Which is
Like that, like nothing. So there you go. But congratulations to Kylie. She will swim again in the 200 meter coming up on Thursday morning at around 7:15. So we'll be able to let you know the live result of it if you're not going to be able to watch that on Wednesday. Okay, this is After 9. Mike and Lisa. I want to talk about celebrity sightings. They were talking about this on our overnight show, the late night showgram, which you can hear weeknights noon or make that midnight till we come on at 5 a.m. What's your biggest celebrity sighting? I think I know what your biggest celebrity sighting is, but I might be surprised.
No, you tell me because I forget.
Really?
Hmm.
Okay, let me give you a hint.
Okay. You tell me who I've seen.
A supermodel and a superstar baseball player together.
Oh, of course.
Right?
Yeah.
No?
Are they still together?
Yeah. Married, kid, dogs, life.
You're talking about Verlander, of course.
Justin Verlander and Kate Upton.
Yes,
Former Detroit Tiger.
I saw them at a restaurant in Detroit. I think it was Joe Muir's. And they had the back room all their own. But they walked through, I'm like, hey, what? So then I immediately had to go to the restroom so I could walk by and take a look at where they were sitting.
Yeah, were they like all by themselves somewhere? Or?
Private room, doors closed. So I remember I took a picture for you, but I took it through the door. And the glass was sort of muted. So it was a very blurry photo, but yeah.
Should have went to the bathroom when she did.
Ah, right.
I don't know. Maybe they had their own private bathroom or something.
Yeah, that's probably the case.
Yep.
A lot of those restaurants do. But that's cool. Hey, Kelly has piped in. You're Kelly.
Yes.
And she said you won the golden grass, according to your neighbor. You got the gold medal in grass growing.
Yep. We just took Lulu around the block before we came on the broadcast, and I was told my lawn looks very lush, very green, and velvety.
Did they use the words lush and velvety?
Velvety, I believe, was the word I added in.
Really?
Lush.
Velvety.
Velvety, Lisa. And I haven't cut it in a while.
That's a good grass word right there.
Oh, yeah, velvety. So I might mow today and get it all nice and even with the lines and everything.
Do you go diagonal one mow and then back and forth the next? Like, do you alternate?
Yep.
Yeah, I like
side
it on
to side, and then angled is my favorite though. I like the angle
too.
the best.
I always like the angle days. I always say to Craig, "Oh, good, it's an angle day."
Yeah, but you are supposed to switch up your pattern so you're not going on the same pattern all
I get it.
the time. Back to celebrity sightings.
Yes.
Who has spotted who? Who have you seen in the wild? Who have you seen in public that you're like, oh my God, it's Justin Verlander. Oh my God. It's Kate Upton, my favorite one, 16 years old, Lakeside Mall over in Metro Detroit. There, me, my brother, my mom, and I don't know who else was there. Barry Sanders, one of your favorites.
Love him. Did you talk to him?
Yeah. I asked him for an autograph, and this was, of course, before we carried, phones with us, so nobody had a camera. And asked him for an autograph, and he was like, oh well, I give you one. Gotta get everybody one. So I just shook his hand.
Craig saw Dennis
and his
Rodman.
thighs were like this.
Oh, I bet they were. I bet they
huge.
were. It's like the Hulk. Craig saw Dennis Rodman at a restaurant in Florida. And Craig has an interesting approach with people like that, where he will go up to them and pretend that they know each other, sort of.
Oh,
he'll say,
yeah, that's great.
He'll say, Dennis, like Dennis, like Dennis. And Dennis turned around and he stood up and shook his hand. Hey, Craig Mason. And so Dennis responded like, oh yeah, how you doing?
Oh, hilarious, because you don't want to admit, oh man, I forgot that you were my agent's friend or something,
Yeah, it's hilarious.
That's a great approach. I think I'm going to try that next time there's some kind of celebrity run-in and see how that works.
Don't do the goo goo gaga thing. You gotta play it cool.
Got to play it cool. Dennis.
Hey, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a while.
Mikey boy. Remember?
So cool. I love it. Okay, so you bring this up. Why?
They were talking about the overnight show before we came on. They were talking
And
about
what were they
celebrity
saying?
sightings.
Who did they see?
One person saw George Clooney and actually talked to him, and George Clooney gave him his business card.
No way.
Probably a fake business card with a fake number or something.
Business card? Yeah, there'd be a number on that for sure.
Yeah.
Wow. It's pretty special.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of any other celebrities that I've met. I know there's more, but I can't, like in the wild. Like I met Huey Lewis, right? But that was at a concert, a thing, not like just out there. Saw the Queen when she came to Windsor.
As did I. Drove right by my house. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Drove right by Olette, and then that was it.
Did this to me.
Let's go home. Yeah. Oh, she did give you a thumbs up, eh?
Yeah.
She probably knew you were British.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's cool. It's always interesting, right? When you see people like that and you don't know what to do. I know I've seen, like, I can't think off the top of my head, but I know I've seen people like, out at restaurants or whatever, sitting at a table and you're like, do I go over? Do I say anything? We were at a restaurant in, was it Port Severn area up in the Muskokas? And it was Craig and I and all the kids, all 4 kids. And we had dinner. And at the time, Dragon's Den was huge. This was before Shark Tank or anything, Dragon's Den. And what's the guy, Jim Tree Living? Jim Tree Living?
Yeah, that's the guy.
Yeah, he was sitting with, who is the hockey player they call Cindy?
Sidney Crawford. No, Sidney Crawford. Sidney Crosby.
No. The other one. He doesn't play anymore.
Cindy? Player doesn't play anymore? It wasn't Cindy Crosby?
Sidney Crosby, no. Anyway.
Any hoots, yeah.
And they were all having dinner together.
No, it's Wendell Clark.
Wendy, yes, thank you. Wendy, yes. Wendy, yes. Cindy, yes. Female name. So Wendell Clark, him and somebody else and their wives. And so I'm like, oh, look out there on the patio. That's so-and-so. And Connor was like, oh my God. Not about Wendell Clark. He was like all about the Dragon's Den and money making and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He was really into the show. So they're like, oh, can we go talk to him? I'm like, no, we're not. We're going to stay seated. We're not going to bother anybody. And Craig, come on, follow me. And then so
Mason.
So I'm like, oh, this is embarrassing. So we walk up on our way out and I'm like, oh my God. And then Craig's like, hey, Craig Mason.
That's his line.
Hey, Craig Mason. And
is that what Craig did to you when you met? Like, Lisa.
I'm
Craig
like,
Mason.
oh, we must have met before. So they stop eating and turn around and talk. And Craig said, oh, it's nice to see you guys. I just want to say hi. And neither are our kids and blah, blah, blah. And so they talk a little bit. And then Jim Tree Living says, well, who are you guys? Who are you guys? Like he wanted to know, like that, like we must know you or something. Yeah. Again, I guess it's the Craig Mason way of doing things. But anyway, we just
he could have said, well, my wife or girlfriend here, she interviewed you before.
Yeah, I didn't even get into that. Like it was like almost like, oh, come on, let's go. Let's leave them alone. Yeah, the wives didn't look too impressed, and it was
the wives were there too.
Yes,
awesome.
Big family dinner. Anyway, so it's hard to know what to do is my point when you see somebody like that. Do you go up and interrupt whatever and say hi and, do you ask for an autograph? Do you not? What do you do with the autograph? It's like, I don't think autographs are a big thing anymore. I think it's more like a selfie because autographs used to be the way to prove that you had met somebody, right?
Yeah.
And maybe one day it would be worth something.
Now you'd rather have the photo, I
Now,
think.
yeah, of course.
Right, so you can post it and have it. I would say now at this point in life, I would not go up to a celebrity. I would not at all. I'd try to maybe get a photo from afar. Just to say, just prove, hey, I saw Barry Sanders.
Right.
You know? Something like that.
Where was I? I was in Ottawa. I met Chris Hadfield at the airport, and I did go up to him just to say hi and, thanks for all he does. Yeah, he was very, very kind, and I did get my picture taken with him. So, yeah, I don't think I was. Yeah. I just you kind of gauge it, right? Hi, Chris. I'm sorry. I'm just I did.
You're going to C-level celebrity with that, though. This is not Matthew McConaughey or
you're right. But
I
did say that I had interviewed him, so that was my in. I host a radio show, and I just talked to you a couple weeks ago.
Lisa, AM800.
Hey, Lisa Williams, remember So funny. Ron McClain, that's a good one.
Yeah, Ron McClain. I think I've met him before as well. Mary says that she kissed Rusty Wallace at the Michigan International Speedway. Super nice guy. Just came out of the shower. That sounds like there's way more to the story than you're sharing, Mary.
Don't just give us that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Was he sudsy? Was he still sudsy when you kissed him?
Sudsy. In all the right
I saw Deborah
spots.
Messing at an airport.
Well, that's great. Will and Grace. Grace from Will and Grace.
I prefer Beth Luckner from Seinfeld, but she played Grace too. Her Beth and Jerry and Elaine were very excited that Beth and her husband David were getting separated so they could move in.
Yeah, that's so funny.
So Deborah Messing. We would have been like, oh my God, Beth Luckner.
Oh, I like Ed's comment here. He asked Sting for a picture once and almost got fired.
Oh, he came into the station he was working at probably?
Yeah. Yeah, I think Ed told us something about the story. Like Sting just doesn't do photos. I think he's very
very particular.
Yeah.
Oh, like Kelly.
Don't
take a photo. We're out somewhere on vacation or wherever. Take a photo. Oh, okay. Let me see. No. Delete. Well, I won't post it. It's just, for our own. No, delete.
I'm with Kelly. Hate
delete.
Photos.
Delete. Let's try it again. And then we we're there for 2 hours trying to take one selfie.
Beach Boys. They're pretty good. Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. Tim Allen. Rosanna said Tim Allen was eating. And I begged him to do a pic with my girls about 6 years ago in Niagara Falls. I'd like to know, Rosanna, how he reacted to that.
Yeah. Not only are you bugging him, he's enjoying his meal.
Yep.
I don't know about that one. What was the other one? I just thought of one that another celebrity that I saw. I can't think of it right now. Oh, just lost it. Anyway. It doesn't matter. Lily, I met Michael Jackson in 1992, shook his hand, and I said, I love you, Michael. He said, I love you. I love you, too.
Wow.
Hee. Was he wearing the white glove at the time?
That's huge, Lily.
That's like as big as you can get, Michael Jackson.
Wow.
Oh, Mark McGrath from Sugar Ray. I met him one time. And is he on like Extra or one of those shows now?
He is now. Yeah, he's been on that for a long time, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Celebrities. That's great.
Okay. I don't know. I thought we'd get more reaction to this. I thought we'd have more celebrity sightings by our audience this morning. We got some good names. Michael Jackson, Tim Allen. But, I don't know.
You're disappointed?
I'm a little disappointed in the audience this morning.
What more do you want?
I want more.
Like who?
I don't know. How about Paul Stanley?
From Kiss.
From Kiss.
Oh, Hug. Wow, that's pretty good.
He was playing the Phantom?
I had a drink beside Kevin Spacey at a bar in a theater in New York.
Before Scandal, after Scandal?
Way before.
Oh, okay.
And he was trying not to draw attention to himself by wearing a hat and a raincoat
That draws
with a
more
collar up.
attention to you. Yeah, who wears that?
Right. Somebody who really wants to be noticed,
Hey,
who's
Clouseau,
pretending
get
not to be
over
noticed.
here. Yeah, like, come on. Nobody wears that. You're crazy.
So it was intermission, and we went up to the bar, as you do. And Craig's like, "Who's that guy beside you?" I'm like, "Where? Where?" He's like, "Beside you." I'm like, "Oh, in the hat?" He said, "Yeah, the guy who's trying not to be noticed." I'm like,
Kevin!
"Oh, that's
Craig Mason.
Hey, Craig Mason. Oh, yes, right.
Man, haven't seen you in a long time.
I'm
Who
like,
are
"Well, we
you,
better not
Craig?
say anything."
Oh, I did some work at your place. Put it in a conveyor belt or whatever Craig does at Kevin's house.
You could say something like, "I met you through Paul Smith." Everybody knows
Yeah,
a Paul Smith.
your agent. We know each other.
Right. What's his name?
But you're right. You could use generic name, right?
Sure,
Like,
you
yeah.
could.
Oh, I went to with Joe, your buddy from high school. We were at a party one time at Joe's place. Remember? We were in the hot tub. Those girls came in with us. It was awesome. Oh, what a night! That's how I got the conveyor belt job.
Conveyor belt job. Oh my God!
All right. Well, there we go. That's enough for today. We're at the 26-minute mark. Let's put in for overtime and enjoy your Tuesday, everyone. We'll be back tomorrow morning. More Olympic talk.
Yes.
This is Olympic reviews as she is just sits in front of her TV. She has not slept since Friday. Toothpicks in her eyes, just watching every event. That's Lisa.
It's so exciting.
That'll be Lisa in about an hour.
And I cry every day too. Every day there's
What do you
something.
cry? What are you crying
No,
at?
I do. Tears fill my eyes every single day I watch the Olympics. For one reason or another, there's an inspiring story that's on, or somebody wins and it's the reaction, and I get goosebumps, and I just love the good stories.
Is that what it's about more for you? The stories of the Olympics and the the road to get there more than the actual competition?
I think, yeah, I'm sure that's part of it. Of course, you want Canada to win in everything. But other than Canadian athletes, yeah, I just love, the sacrifices they have made, and the time and the energy, and what their parents and their loved ones have sacrificed to get them there. And for I cried yesterday about, there were a couple of athletes that won the first medal for their country, like ever.
Oh,
And it's like,
wow.
You're kidding me. You imagine the whole country freaking out.
It just warms the cockles of your heart.
Yes, it does. Well, hey, you're getting a lot of celebrity spotting now.
I know.
Prince, David Letterman,
yeah,
Sergei Fedorov.
Letterman in the audience, like you were in his audience, got his autograph on the air. What? We got to hear more about that. What, you were on the show?
She's probably sitting in the audience.
Yeah, could be.
Prince on an elevator.
Prince in an elevator.
That's really good
weird.
because you actually get to spend some very close time with Prince. And
That's
how does
true.
it happen that Prince allows somebody to get on an elevator with him,
You
or
would
his
think,
people?
sorry, you have to wait for the
Right?
next one.
Exactly.
This is Prince's elevator.
And wouldn't he take like a back elevator somewhere?
Yeah, you would think so. Wow. Prince.
Oh, it's pretty good. I love it.
Regular people elevators. Pretty cool. Well, it sounds like a show or a movie. Prince on an elevator, now in theaters. Rated R.
I love it.
Yeah. All right, that's enough for real now. And one more thing. Yep, I was in the audience for a taping. Pretty
Got
cool. Way to go, Suze. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 5 to 9. Lisa, enjoy your Olympic coverage today.
Go Canada.
Go Canada.